I'm going to give you some updates on a couple of the new products maybe that I've tried recently, and try this new eyeshadow palette, as well as try to do something with my broken out face. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Michelle if you're new here. Today I'm going to be trying to get back into the groove of things, trying to get used to being back in town. Today's the first day, the first full day that I'm back in town after my holiday travels, which went a little bit awry. They never follow their plan, right? The first day after, I took some time to kind of recover from the incredibly long drive and the intense amount of things that it requires for me to take care of as a mom on a trip and before the trip, as well as to get us home safely. So today's my first day feeling like a just normal person after a good night's sleep in my own bed, back at home, feeling fully rested. So that's nice. It's a nice feeling. I'm going to start off with some lip balm. It is raining outside. Let me tell you, today was the day that my husband wanted us to drive back, me. Okay, he wanted me to drive back today. And I like to do all of the driving because that's just how I am, okay? I don't like to put my life in the hands of someone else. Every time I've ever done that before, not every time, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but a lot of the times that I've done that in the past is, let me rephrase, yet again. Every time that I've ever been severely injured in an automobile accident or involved in an automobile accident at all, it's been because somebody else was driving me. So I stopped allowing anyone else on this earth to drive me. Which means that when I don't want to drive myself, like if the conditions aren't right for me to drive myself, I ain't going. I don't care what I miss. I don't care if I'm accepting the Grammys. I mean, I don't sing. I don't care if I'm accepting an Emmy, okay? You ain't gonna get me driving in the rain. That's for one, okay? And today it is raining so severely. All right, while I go off on a tangent, let me go ahead and get my stuff. I still need to unpack. This is one of the like soft cases of things that I took with me. Like in here is my mirror, my setting spray, my makeup remover, my hairbrush. I'm not gonna brush my hair today. I brushed it a couple days ago, so I'm good today. For real, that's how I roll. That's how I fix my hair, is I wash it, I brush it that first time after I wash it, and then I don't touch it again, basically, until I am gonna wash it again. So, yeah. All right, I'm gonna put my head wrap on. Let's see if I can figure out how to put the tag to the bottom on the first try this time. I think I got it this time. Oh my God, I did. See, I catch on. Just takes me a little bit of effort, that's all. All right, so the hair is back. I'm not even gonna put it in a ponytail. Did I mention it's super rainy today? Yes, so my husband wanted us to be driving back today. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about what happened on my trip while we play with a bunch of tried and true favorites in my collection, but also a new eyeshadow palette. So let me insert the clip here of the makeup that we'll be using. Here is the makeup products that I will be using today. This is the new eyeshadow palette that I'm playing with today. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this is the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be playing with today. I got this eyeshadow palette at Sephora on sale for $20 right after the Sephora Fall VIB sale. Tarte had all their like palettes like this for $20, and I have been wanting to get this palette for quite some time. One of my friends here on YouTube, who she hasn't been active on her channel in a super long time, but one of my friends here on YouTube has been telling me since this palette, shortly after this palette released, that I needed to get this, that I was gonna love it. But I heard there was a lot of fallout. I was kind of trying to be a little bit more selective about where I spend $50 to $60, because these palettes, I really liked them when they were still in the $38 price range. Once they got to like 40s and 42, like I was just kind of like, I'd rather go up the next like price bracket into a different brand that I wanted to purchase from. So that was what kept me from buying this palette all that time. And then every time I considered it, people would say that this palette had a lot of fallout, that it was really pretty and they loved it, but that it had a lot of fallout. And I just was like not really into warm tones either at that time. But as you may be aware, if you're not new to my channel here, that I have recently gotten into warm toned eyeshadows. All thanks to the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. I almost called it Warm Palette. All thanks to the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. So I appreciate that about Natasha Denona, that she opened up my mindset to warm shadows, and that led me to wanting to purchase several other palettes that I had kind of considered in the past, but had ruled against just simply because they were warm tones. So I do need to drink my coffee, okay? I'm sorry. I don't take the time to edit this out anymore just because I feel like people like less edited content, and it's just easier for me like that. I need to get this off my ears. I have had way too much stimulus. I've been in extreme overstimulation for days on end, so I need as much like calm, cool, collected as possible. And the fact that I have all these lights on in front of me for your benefit is not fun for me either. So yeah, I'm going to start off with some primer, and I'm going to be using some of my tried and true favorites like I showed you and discussed. I basically want to talk to you a little bit about all kinds of makeup things. I'm going to give you some updates on a couple of the new products maybe that I've tried recently, and try this new eyeshadow palette, as well as try to do something with my broken out face, which leads me into the first update that I want to provide you. So you may be aware, if you've already seen my videos, that the Fenty foundation broke me out so bad. So these big whelps are from the Fenty, okay? Those older ones that look like they've been messed with and then rehealed, those are the ones from the Fenty about 10 days ago, okay? Now, these new, fresh, little bitty red spots that I haven't actually messed with yet, all of these are from the Fenty Eavesdrop Blur, whatever the heck it's called, okay? So Fenty's out for me yet again. I didn't like the lip gloss, didn't like the scent / taste of it, and the thick, goopy nature of it. I just didn't really like the lip glosses when they came out, and so this was the next Fenty product that I tried. Is that true? No. Thankfully, I had a hit. Thankfully, I was able to find a winner before that, the blush. I loved this blush so much that I did end up picking up this blush, and I love those Fenty blushes. So those were a hit, thankfully for me. But then I ended up picking these foundations up kind of on a whim, and I didn't even do it during the sale, during the Sephora VIB sale. I picked this up right after the sale ended, when I went to go pick up one of my final online last minute Sephora VIB sale in the fall purchases. And that was when I found the Tarte palettes on sale for $20. That was after the sale had ended, literally like the following day. And so that was also when I picked up the foundation. So I paid full price for those Fenty foundations, and they both broke me out. Oh, appreciate that very much. So here's what leads me to some of my goals for the new year with my makeup. I'm going to get into that. I was just giving my primer a moment to kind of settle on my skin while I went off on a tangent about the Fenty updates for you. I know I have teased in the past. Okay, I'm gonna make a mix for like a decent shade match in my About Face foundations. Which one is the lighter? I really can't tell. This one. Okay. Oh, before I do that, I almost forgot. See, I'm really out of my element. And I mean, I don't really need to do a full beat, but I'm gonna, because I want to sit here and hang out, and I missed playing with makeup while I was gone. So I'm gonna do some like hardcore color correcting and everything. Like, I'm gonna try to fix this face completely up, not just partially. So anyway, not that there's anything wrong with my face, but I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, all right, that should be good. I had such a rough time on my trip. I mean, it was a fun time, but it was a rough time. Where's my, I didn't sleep very much, as you know, and everything. Okay, I didn't want to talk to you about my trip. See, this is what I'm saying. I'm still trying to get my bearings. Okay, what I want to talk to you about is some of my makeup goals for the new year. So as far as not only like spending and habits wise, but also just like makeup application goals. So I want to share some of my goals with you for my personal development, I feel like, in my makeup style, etc. I am going to go on a month by month no buy. Okay, there will be some occasions where I intend a month or two to be a low buy, and there will be a few purchases that I make. Okay, but I'm not going to purchase as many things as I purchased this last year while I was on a low buy. You might think, wow, you were on a low buy, you bought a whole lot of makeup. And I kind of did, but I didn't buy anywhere near as much makeup as I have over the last several years. And I do feel, excuse me, I do feel like last year allowed me to ease myself into a low buy to where I was putting on the brakes as far as what all I would purchase, but I wasn't feeling restricted by a disallowance of any purchases at all. And so I feel like that, hold on, let me get my brushes out. I feel like that really helped me prepare for this year, because this year I'm still using my travel bag. I need to pull all of these brushes out and put them into a case, but I need to clean off some space on my vanity before I do that. So I'm still working out of my bag right now, and it's working just fine. Anyway, so I don't want to make any more like foundation purchases. I want to use all of the foundations that I have. I did just finish, before I started filming this video, I did just finish going through my drawers one last time for the last time in 2024. And I did a really good declutter. I took out everything that I've tried and didn't like, anything that broke me out, anything that is expired or about to expire. Like, I just can't be bothered with having to remember in 30 days again, oh, there was this one product that was close to expiring that I want to try to get the last squeeze out of before I come back and declutter. Like, no, if it's close to expiring, I got rid of it. And because I've been doing regular declutters, seasonal declutters throughout the year, I didn't really have that much to get rid of today, but I did have about a dozen items that I pulled out of my collection. And that right there really solidified the fact that I don't want to be having to toss out half-used products anymore. I really, really, really want to be tossing out products like empty. Okay, I'm talking about specifically foundations, concealers, highlighters. I'd like to hit pan on some highlighters before I add more. You know, I'd like to use up all of my, or as much of my cream like products, bronzer, contour, highlighter stick, blush sticks, and new cream makeup that I've gotten, you know, before it expires. And so I feel like I can't really do that. Ooh, I apologize if you hear the storm in the background. It's okay, Bandit. It is severe weather. And yeah, my husband wanted me to be driving. I'll get back into the driving portion of the weather and stuff and how that the trip and everything turned out. But I do want to focus on my goals for the year right now in this portion of this video. So anyway, I really want to get good use out of the money that I spend on the makeup. And it's not really so much, you know, for me personally, it might be about the money for you and your budgeting, but for me at this point in my life, it's not at all about the money that I'm spending. And I feel very blessed and fortunate to be able to say that. I mean, you know, it was always a dream of mine to be able to literally just walk into a store and buy whatever I want without even looking at the price tags or caring if it's on sale or not, or, you know, whatever. And just being like, yeah, I'll take this, this, and that. And then not really even paying attention to the total that they provide me at the checkout, other than to ask for, are there any coupons or additional discounts that you can offer me? You know, which sometimes I do get. And so other than that, I'm just like, swipe, and I don't even care the price. Like, it's a really, really nice feeling, I have to admit. And I feel really blessed and fortunate to be in that situation at this phase in my life. And I do realize that that kind of thing can change at any moment, especially because I've been in situations for extended periods of time at previous points in my life where I couldn't even dream of buying one eyeshadow palette at $40. Like, I couldn't even fathom saving up that much money to be able to do that and feel like I wasn't wasting money that I really needed for other things, you know? So I very well know both ends of the spectrum and you know, both sides of the coin, or lack of the coin, should I speak. And so my point is, this no buy / low buy isn't about me not spending money. I mean, it is kind of about me not spending money, you know, because a benefit is that I'll be saving us money, which is great. But honestly, probably I won't be saving us any money, because I'll probably just shift my purchasing to some other interest or hobby in my life. But I'm going to try to refrain from doing that very much, you know, because I have really been, I feel like each time that I jump from one money-focused hobby that I spend my money on to another, I go down in how much I spend, you know, like it used to be Louis Vuittons. I used to buy 2 to 3 Louis Vuittons every week, you know what I mean? And that got to be a bit excessive and expensive, and it takes up a lot of space. And the reason why I stopped doing that and got rid of all my Louis Vuittons basically, is because I didn't like having that worry about, like, every time a tornado would come by, oh my God, am I going to lose my Louis Vuitton collection? You know what I mean? Like, that was honestly the biggest reason, because I had to pick and choose every time I went into the hall closet with my dogs and my children and worried about my life. I had to pick and choose which 1 or 2 bags was I going to take with me and hope to make it out of there with, out of like 50 to 75, you know what I'm saying? And then I would just be like, I'm not going to get my money back from the insurance company for the money that I spent on this. I'm not even going to be able to replace these bags, and it would just go on into a worry. So I stopped collecting the Louis Vuittons and got rid of all of my designer bags, basically. I mean, I have like 2 items that I use over and over and over, 3, including my keychain, you know what I mean? I have my little keychain, my little key card, and like a bag, you know what I mean? That I use over and 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 over again. I basically got rid of everything else. And so my point is, after that, I moved on to shoes. And so instead of me spending $2,000 to $3,000 a pop every time I wanted something, which I always want something all the time. If you've gotten to know me at all, like, I'm aggressive in all the things that I do and approach, even like, especially my shopping habits. Anyway, and so, and I love my husband for, you know, loving me for who I am and being supportive the way that he is. But anyway, my point is, it's not about the money, okay? It's about, I want to have less space dedicated to my hobby and to like the things that take up space in my life. And so I just really want to be able to, kind of like I got to with my Louis Vuitton bags, instead of having a bunch that I would only use one every so often because, you know, I would rotate for a day or two because I really wanted to use a particular bag and I loved it. But then I'd be like, oh, I miss this other bag. And so I'd switch out. And it was like I never really got to just like live in a bag, you know? And so kind of like I was able to switch myself out of that. I used this. I ended up using my Nikki LaRose concealer brush instead of my new one. I still keep forgetting about this brush. Like, it's just not second nature for me to incorporate it into my routine mentally, but I've been wanting to. I even wiped it off in order to be able to utilize it, and I didn't. That made me so sad. I might use the powder side here in a minute, but anyway. Yeah, so I want to just get better use out of the things that I do love, you know? I don't want to keep looking for the next latest and greatest because I've already found the things that make me happy, you know? And so it's kind of just like I want to stop the merry-go-round of eye it, buy it, try it, and then set it aside, you know? I want to stop that merry-go-round. I want to be like, I eyed it, I want to eye it, buy it, try it, and finish it before I try and buy anything else. So that's gonna be really my goal for 2025. And I feel like one of the things that kind of steered me, I apologize for the sound of the rain in the background, okay? I can't edit that out, and I can't close the window because it's hot in here, okay? I came from the winter wonderland back into hot, humid Texas, and it's like warm. Like I'm over here in shorts and a t-shirt sweating, okay? I kind of do still wish that I was in the snowy mountains, but I'll talk to you about what went awry and why I had to leave the snowy mountains and why today isn't the day that I'm driving back home, but I had to come back a few days earlier, whatever. And so, yeah, I want to get back to the makeup goals, and then maybe I'll have time with the eye look to talk to you about everything that went crazy with my trip and why I'm so grateful that I'm sitting here at home unexpectedly instead of driving back today during this tornadic severe weather event that's happening in Texas that just passed from Colorado that was causing icy conditions and avalanches to, which I was in the mountains, okay, to New Mexico, causing severe lightning, heavy rain, and high winds, okay, which I wouldn't have driven in that either. And so, and I drove to New Mexico to get home. And so, yeah, to tornadoes and hail and heavy rain and lightning in the northwest part of Texas that I was driving through in order to get back to my region of Texas. And so, like, I feel like it was just such a blessing, but I'll talk to you about that in a minute when we get to the eye look, after I talk to you about the last part of my makeup goals for the new year. Okay, so I just really want to get to where I finish products, I don't shop for makeup quite as much, and I get more creative and more mileage out of each of the products that I do love, instead of just kind of tapping my toe into them little by little. So instead of doing a little bit everywhere, I want to do a whole lot in one region. And it's really funny that something like that is coming from my mouth, because I'm the kind of person who, like, is that hail? Oh my God, severe hail. Oh my God, it's hailing. I'm gonna take this camera out to the hail. Hold on. Okay, so I apologize if the camera angle changed or whatever. I had to run outside and start filming some hail. Wait. Here's my little baby. It's okay, lie down. I apologize if the camera angle changed. I had to run outside and film some hail because insurance purposes. Anyway, yeah, so I basically just, oh, I forgot to get my bra stuff out. I basically just want to finish up products instead of having drawers of products and, you know, and stacks of products. And I feel like the reason why, because like I started off with less, and then I feel like towards the last half of the year, maybe the last 2/3 of the year, I kind of got to where I was like, wait, I'm having so much fun doing Shop My Stashes, and it would be so much better if I had more makeup to rifle through. And I feel like it wasn't a deliberate thought. It was probably more of like a subconscious thing because I don't remember actually like saying or feeling like that. But I do know that when I was doing my Shop My Stashes, I enjoyed having more to shuffle in my drawers around it while I was looking through. And so I feel like that, coupled with the fact that I'd be just kind of like walking around the grocery store, because I did really good about not buying things except for during the sales at Ulta and Sephora. So I feel like I did shop a lot less from them, but where I did end up buying just a lot more random stuff was just like at the drugstore. At the grocery store or the drugstore, whenever I'm just running like my mom life errands and there's a little bitty sparkle in the corner of my eye that's like, hey, makeup, even though it's not high-end makeup, which I prefer. You know, if I was still spending a lot of time at malls like I used to, I definitely feel like I would be doing that same kind of browsing and shopping, but more in the high-end makeup department countertops, beauty counters that I used to do it at, you know? And so instead of me just like randomly picking up $15 to $30 worth of makeup that I wasn't planning on picking up because I had to be walking around bored mentally, I would probably be at a more expensive place picking up more like $100 to $150 worth of items, which would still end up being the same number of products, probably just like 3 or 4 things, you know what I mean? Because if you buy 3 eyeliners, it ends up being anywhere from $60 to $80. And so, you know, I could very easily be talked into buying a couple of eyeliners, you know? And so, yeah, I just feel like that's kind of where I got myself into a little bit of a pickle, I feel like, and where I started kind of undoing my no buy or my low buy. And it started kind of just getting a little bit much. It started to just be a little bit much like that. And so I feel like if I am more focused this year on not doing that and more focused on a no buy with only like a couple of months of a low buy instead of actual low buy, kind of like slowing down the brakes, going down a hill type of a curbing the habit scenario. I feel like maybe I would have a better chance at doing better with my no buy goal. And so that's what I think I'm gonna do is this year, instead of just kind of being like, well, I'm not buying as much, and drugstore doesn't really count because it's not that much money, you know. And, you know, instead of trying to subconsciously add things to my Shop My Stash videos, what I'm gonna do is probably not do Shop My Stash videos anymore, because I feel like most people don't really enjoy them. And like from me personally, they don't seem to get as much traction as they do on other people's channels. And I feel like that is probably a direct reflection of me personally and either how I do them or just me as a person, and people don't like me or whatever, because I've seen some of the products that other people get a lot of views on doing Shop My Stashes, and it's like total junk crap makeup. No offense to them or whatever, but it's like, you know, these people spent 50 cents on like a blush palette, and it's like, girl, you got 1,000 views on this video? Like how? You know what I mean? And so anyways, I feel like it's not so much about the actual makeup, but it's about the person. And so I feel like I'm just kind of wasting my time doing the Shop My Stashes because most people don't gravitate towards them. And I feel like that kind of subconsciously encourages me to just like buy more stuff for the Shop My Stash. And like I said, I don't want to be doing that. So let me look at the eyeshadow palette again so I can see the color of the blush that I might need to use. Okay, I'm going to use this Danessa Myricks blush since I'm going to be using this Juicy Tarte lip palette. Anyway, and so because of that, I'm going to try just easing up on the Shop My Stashes. It doesn't mean I'm never going to do one again. It just means that I'm not going to do them all the time like I had kind of started to or planned to. And instead, I'm going to focus on actually using my makeup. And so I will still do a Shop My Stash for like however long I'm going to be focused on a particular rotation. And then when I go to change out the products to the next one, then I'll go ahead and update you on like how long I've been using those products, what I'm going to be picking next, etc., etc. And so I'll still do them a little bit, but I'm not going to do them very frequently. And I feel like that way the people that do enjoy them from me will still be able to get them, and I won't be pandering subconsciously towards trying to get more people over to my channel for them, and that'll keep me from wanting to just like add more stuff and be like, well, maybe somebody would enjoy seeing me rifle through this. And I mean, again, that wasn't like a conscious thought, but I feel like subconsciously that's probably what I got a little bit caught up into. And so I do really like this brush for cream products. I really am so happy that I've been able to appreciate my Nikki LaRose brush set a lot better. I'm still struggling with the eyeshadow brushes a little bit, but I'm working on it. So anyway, yeah, and that leads me to the next part is I buy way too many makeup brushes. I don't need any more makeup brushes, and I'm not gonna let myself buy any more makeup brushes. So I am gonna just be grateful that I was able to get that last BK Beauty Trio that I recently picked up, and that, oh God, I got, is this blush? I thought this was highlighter. Oh my Lord, I just put blush all over my nose and everything, and that was an accident. Okay, anyway, oh, it's okay, Bandit, it's okay, baby, I'm right here, it's okay. My dog is so scared of the rain. I feel like he didn't used to be like this, but it's gotten worse lately. He's getting older though, that's why. So I think I'm gonna get him a thunder shirt. Have you ever tried a thunder shirt for your dogs? One of those like thunder vests or whatever? Okay, I want to now go over my cream products with powder products because, again, I really enjoy using my makeup, and that gives me a chance to play with more of my stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to set some of these cream products with my powder products, and then I will set my whole face with powder. Anyway, so for the new year, I will be doing a lot fewer Shop My Stashes. Like I might only do one every 1 to 2 months. And then I'm gonna be doing a straight up no buy for most months and a low buy for a couple of months, okay? And that'll all depend on like if it's my birthday month or Christmas month, holiday releases type thing, or also for like, well, yeah, that's it. Just, you know, certain special releases that might come out that I really do want to get and don't want to be without, because there might be a couple of things that I do want to pick up for my channel, specific, not just for my channel, but like that I would want to have for myself, and I want to time it for my channel because might as well try to share it and get a few views out of it for my channel, as opposed to just, you know, have it for myself and spend the money for nothing. Not for nothing, but you know what I'm saying, right? Hope I'm making sense. Anyway, without you taking me too literally. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of where my focus is headed towards, I feel like, at least for the first part of the year. And the way that I'm gonna do the low buy is, month by month. The no buy / low buy, because it is a combination of the two. Month by month, towards the start of the month, I will talk to you about like what my goal is for that month. You know, obviously I'm going to have to be keeping up with the new releases a little bit to see when I'm going to want to change it from a no buy to a low buy. And, you know, if I can manage to be able to predict that well enough towards the start of each month, then that's what I will share with you, what my intentions are based off of the releases that I am aware of at that time. But hold on, let me get a lid to tap this into. But like, there will be things that will probably come out in the middle of the month or towards the end of the month that, you know, maybe I ended up picking up. And so I'll be trying to follow through from at the beginning of the following month to let you know if I did buy anything after all. And so if I succeeded in my no buy for that month, or if it turned into a low buy without my intention, or what all I did purchase and what all refrained from. Not everything, but like the main things that I refrained from purchasing if I had said that month was going to be a low buy. So I basically just want to kind of like keep up with stuff like that and be able to just be a little bit more mindful about what I'm bringing into my collection, because I really would like to get to the point where like I run out of my makeup. Sorry, I'm moving things around now because I'm done with my complexion and I am ready. I'm done with my complexion now and I'm ready to move on to the eye look. So for the eye look portion of the video, I'm going to talk to you about some of the crazy things that happened during my vacation. So here's the base of the day that I finished in this video with you. Thank you for hanging out with me while I put on my base face of the day and getting through some of my 2025 makeup goals as far as my like makeup purchases are concerned. So I didn't get a chance to get into some of my makeup technique goals that I have. So I'll be sharing that in the next part of today's look, which is going to be my eye look. So I'll go ahead and talk to you about that portion of my 2025 makeup goals when I start the next video doing the eye look of the day. So I'm so sorry to have cut this out all of a sudden when I did anticipate to include it in the eye look, but I just feel like I went on and about the low buy, no buy, and all of that. So this video got kind of long. I'm gonna go ahead and clip it here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really hope you enjoyed hearing about my goals and aspirations for the new year. I would love to hear if you have any goals or aspirations that you would like to share, or if you actually go as far as to do New Year's resolutions. So yeah, be sure to share that with me down below, because I'd love to hear what all it is that you're working on. Of course, let's always remember that even if someone else is all about trying to do the most and you're over here just trying to get by hour, don't let it be, you know, like some sort of a personal insult that you take it as, that you can't do the most right now at a particular phase in your. So not to get too deep or whatever, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I'm wishing you a happy new year, and I hope that you and so, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure that you click the like button. It really does help my small channel out so much. And thank you so much for being here with me on my channel and supporting me the way that you do and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate you being here with me, because I know that you could choose to be anywhere else. So I'm so thankful that you choose to spend some of your time with me and include me into your life and your days. So I'm so happy about that. If you happen to be new here, I would love if you would please take a moment to subscribe down below. It is absolutely free to subscribe to me, and I would love to see you in my next video. Bye.